All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Tys Brownlow. I am your host, Tys Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless, no story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, hey, y'all, look, y'all already know what it is. We on the West Coast, best coast, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
hey,
right.
That's right. Come on now, talk to them, okay? Look, y'all already know how I feel. We ain't even gonna go into that. But today, ladies and gentlemen, special guest all the way, South Central, LA. Yeah, I ain't say all that other stuff. Y'all heard me, South Central LA. Yeah, get it right. Man, put your hands together for Jensen, Kirk.
Appreciate the introduction, my brother. That was special.
Man, hey, bro. I just keep it busting rhymes over here all the time, bro. You know,
That's right. That's right.
But no, man. I look, I know we chat beforehand or whatever, but as I said, you know, South Central, Los Angeles, you know, man, so much music, you know, especially, you know, we're talking about hip hop, man, rap that has come out, you know, of South Central as well. You're keeping within, you know, the same vein as well. But we're going to talk about this EP you got called Visions, you know, so talk to us a little bit about this now.
Yeah, you know, Visions, the EP is out now, you know, all streaming platforms. And, you know, it's really an acronym for value and sight is one's next success, you know, so that's how we just break that down. But yeah, Jensen Kirk Visions, the EP is out now, you know, 10 records on there, you know, got a lot of amazing producers on there. Shout out to Super Miles and Willie B, you know, from TDE and all that. So yeah, you know, it's just a special project. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So man, you got 10 bangers on that. All right. We're going to talk about your production team in a minute. But you ain't new to this now, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about that in a second. But let's talk about this single and this video you got, man. Baby Blue?
Yeah, Baby Blue.
Baby Blue. All right, come on now. Talk to me now. Baby Blue. All right, look. Seen the video, but take us through the inspiration. Take us through, you know, man, where and who shot the video as well.
Yeah, you know, the video was shot by one of my photographers, one of my lead photographers, Silas, incredible photographer. You know, we scouted out a location that had a lot of different vibes to it, and we just shot in there, you know. Baby Blue is actually like a childhood nickname of mine, you know, so I just tried to tap into that, you know, childlike mentality when I was recording that record and shooting a video for it. Yeah.
Okay, now you know what? Now I find that interesting. All right, tapping into that childlike, you know, man, mentality. Okay, coming through. As you said, this is a former nickname, you know, you had when you was coming up. You know, yeah. I'm always interested to know, like, what, like, man, the generation of today, like their version of music, what do they think about music? And when you're like, you know, coming up, you know, man, okay, you put Visions together, you put this EP together. As you're writing, you know, where does this inspiration come? Because you've had hits before, like you ain't new to this, you just not know new jacks. But take us through your process and like what used to be your process and your process now.
Yeah, so my process when it comes to recording music or making music, anything like that, you know, I just pace myself out, take my time with it. And I like to listen to a lot of production, a lot of music, so that I can, you know, fine tune my ear to what type of mood I'm in. And then once I find the production pieces, then I start the writing process, you know, and yeah, so then once the writing process is done, you know, we go in there, we trim the fat a little bit, you know, which records we want to keep on the project, which records we don't. And then ultimately how I know I'm finished with the project is when I'm a little over analytical, you know, I'm going over records a little too much, you know, that's when I know, okay, yeah, I'm pretty much, you know, done with the project.
Okay. But no, you know what? I'm laughing because I follow like artists for a long time. And that over analytical part, like, yeah, you know, this like, look, bro, like, I can't do no more than what I can possibly do. Like, you got perfected it to the point of perfection that you can't do anymore. So, but no, I can definitely relate to that. But you say production, you know, you have to, you know, find what it is that you're, you know, looking for as far as like your listening ear. Let's talk about that for a second, because it's just not only in, you know, a younger generation thing. I've known, man, there are certain artists back in the day, you know, coming up, great lyrical artists, but as far as the production ear, that's something totally different. And like, and this is a two-part question. A, what do you really look for in production? Like, what really catches your ear, you know? And two, you know, let's really talk a little bit about like how production is key and how many sometimes miss the mark on that part. They just want to put out a record. But let's talk about what you look for in production first.
Production is everything, you know. What I look for in production is it gotta move me. You know, that's just the simplest I could put it. It just has to move me, you know. And production to me it's, you know, without music, without sonics, without sound, you know, a lot of things don't live, you know, a lot of things don't progress, you know. So production to me is everything, you know. We had some amazing producers on this project that I touched on earlier. Willie B did a lot of stuff for Kendrick, TDE. Super Miles was also another producer, did some things for Chris Brown and Wale, you know. So it's just, you know, when you have amazing ears like that, it make my process a little easier. I'll say that.
Okay. Now, so let's stay there for a second. Like, let's talk about the influence, you know, that they had, you know, making this EP. Like, okay, was it like 60-40, 50-50, 80-20, 70-30? Like, what was like the process going into, okay, yeah, like I'm looking for this, I want this, or I think it sounds a little bit better with a little bit more of this versus that. Take this out, put this in. So let's talk a little bit about that. How was that?
Yeah. No worries. Yeah. Well, you know, the producers I tend to work with are fans of my material anyway. So they got a lot of trust in me, which I value that. That's valuable to me. As far as the individual producers, Willie B, I pulled up on him a while ago at a studio he was working out of. We got some good vibes together. You know, he sent me over a few records, and you know, we worked like that. As far as Supermodel is concerned, we worked a little closer. You know, I would go over some records, you know, send him some records to let him hear some things. Maybe he wanted to fine tune some of the production. And, you know, we just did it like that. But ultimately, you know, I'm going to always have the final say when it comes to the music I'm putting out. So those guys trust me. And, you know, that's just, again, that's a valuable thing, you know.
Hey, man, trust is key. And as you said, especially when it comes to music, you know, you're putting out, you know, these projects, because at the end of the day, it's you at the center of everything. You know, it's your project, it's your name on a, you know, project. So, hey, come on now. Hats off to Willie B, hats off to Super Miles as well. So,
absolutely,
man. Look
my God.
Let's talk about this merch. All right. Visions merch. Okay, man. I see you over here repping the Baldwin Hills, you know, hoodie and all that. Is that part of the merch?
Oh, no. So this right here, well, funny story. I actually, you know, this is really like a sentimental piece to me, because shout out my DJ, the world famous DJ SB. You know, this is actually his merch, but it has a sentimental meaning for me, because my mother was a Los Angeles director at a lot of different Los Angeles parks, and Baldwin Hills was one of them. So we grew up in that area, and you know, it's just, you know, it brings back a lot of memories for me growing up there as a child and doing like recreational stuff, playing sports and doing all that. But as far as my merch is concerned, Visions merch, it will be out June. So, just stay on the lookout for that. I had a website and all that set up. So yeah, June. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Come on now, coming soon. But okay, I want to touch on something real quick. And I know we spoke on it before we started, recording. But you just mentioned something about your mom, and I believe you said parks director or what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, you spent a lot of time in the Baldwin Hills area, but you spent a lot of time in South Central as well. And as we said, man, that's where you grew up, all that. For those who may not know, okay, and who just may keep their eyes on, the social media aspect of things, but in reality, if you dig a little bit deeper, LA's changing. It's been changing over the past 5 to 10, 15 years or so, but it's really changing in aspects where, the culture piece of Los Angeles and that part of Southern California is sort of being ripped away. Mm-hmm. Talk about, being from South Central and how, life was then versus now, because now is, for those who don't know, they would refer to it as to what is called now, which is South LA. But for those who are from, the area, to me personally, I feel that's a slap in the face. But talk to us a little bit about, man, the culture of, South Central, how all that plays into your music as well, but where it is, now as compared to, then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. I think not just regionally, I think gentrification is happening everywhere. That's happening all across the United States of America. But as far as South Central is concerned, it's a beautiful place. I like to say it's a colorful place. You can take what you want. But also just growing up in the city, as a child, I saw a lot more Black-owned businesses, and truthfully, we are getting back to that. There's a place in LA called Leimert Park where we gather and we have commerce and people come amongst each other and do have businesses and come together to associate. And it's predominantly Black, so that's a positive thing, but yeah, man, there's gentrification everywhere. As far as just being a kid though, like I said, I had a colorful youth in growing up in South Central, but all across Los Angeles, Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Hey, and see, that's a perspective that, I really want to get, because sometimes we don't get that perspective. All we get is what we see from others who may not really have a, foothold on the area and, its evolution. So, hey, right. Shout out to South Central, man. Shout out to LA, period, man. Just like
we here. Yeah, we here.
Cali, man. Great times, beautiful sunsets. I ain't gonna say all the other stuff, I'll say that for afterwards, but we all know what it is. But no, man. So look, as far as like, if people want to, get in contact with you, they want to follow you on social media, man, music, I know you said all streaming platforms. How can they do all the other stuff as well?
Yeah, so it's real simple. It's Jensen Kirk everywhere. So I have a Twitter handle, an Instagram, and my YouTube is all Jensen Kirk. So it's real simple and easy to, you could just type it in Google, I'll pop up.
Hey, Google him, y'all. Google the man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go ahead, Shaq. No, I'm just laughing.
Yeah.
No, bro. Okay. This brings me to my last question that my show is known for. So I'm going to present it to you, Mr. Jensen Kirk. What is the one word or phrase or whatever you want to present that best describes you and why?
I would like to say I'm my mother's child and my father's son. You know, I think that's the best way to explain who Jensen Kirk is. I'm just a version of you know, my parents and, you know, the man that I, you know, have grown into be. Yeah.
Okay. Simple and plain. No need to explain, you know, anymore. You know what I'm saying? I love it, bro. I love it, man. Look, I appreciate you spending time, man, chopping it up, talking about the single. All streaming platforms, y'all. Baby Blue Visions EP is out. All streaming platforms. Okay, it don't matter what you do, it's on there. You know, but support. Check it out. Run them streams up. Okay, man, we need them numbers. All right, for real. But I appreciate you, you know, coming off seriously, man. And man, thank you for being a guest. And seriously, any more projects in the future you got, man, we would love to have you back, talk about that, talk about whatever else you got going on as well.
Absolutely, man. Now, you know, let me thank you. First of all, just say I appreciate the platform and you taking the time out to, you know, set the interview up and everything. And, you know, we grateful for that. Yeah, so appreciate you for that.
Oh, brother, no problem at all. No problem at all. And man, for real, man, much love to you. Look forward to hearing more because I know this is just the beginning. And man, there it is, y'all. Look, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Follow me, all social media platforms, Word with Ty Brownlow. Go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Get this wonderful conversation, plus other great interviews as well. Just Kirk. We out, y'all. Peace.
Appreciate you, sir.